There's something is to bring leaders together. In most organizations, or even in our nation, we cannot go far without getting the leaders' mind or without getting the leaders' engagement.
What I want to do in this short presentation is not to tell you anything new, but it's simply to remind all of us of who we are and what is possible, and ask ourselves why we have some difficulties. As the MC has been telling us all morning, Nigeria is a great country. And indeed, a few years ago, we said we were a good nation, great people, right? And we could be, we should be a great nation and good people. So the risk we run is when the good people do not live up to the description of good. Looking for a restoration of the right values in our performance, in our relationships. I'm looking for a re-establishment of high standards in everything that we do. And I'm asking all of us to consider that the best way to achieve all of that is to be people of good discipline.
What promoted us or what inspired us to start doing this, because a lot of people complain that things are not working. And I find out that in most gatherings of our generation, it's about complaining and complaining and complaining. So I started challenging them. I said, for how long are we going to be talking and not doing anything? It's cheap to talk. It's cheap to postulate. We can be here and argue all day and talk about what should or not be. But until we actually start doing something, we're not going anywhere. Develop your competencies. Be sure of your subject. Be confident of who you are. Be the unique, exceptional professional without compromise. Stand tall. Things will come to you.
What is it that defines us? What is the narrative that makes us Nigerian? Yet, at individual levels, we understand them. We know our values. When we talk to each other, when we challenge each other, I think the Nigerianness sits at the top of it. But why is it impossible to make this a central focus and the central narrative that accumulates our aspirations as Nigerians? There is a gap there. Next, we're just not able to turn our crises into opportunities. We're in organizations where the rules are set, where the buck stops with the CEO, but we're organizations that engage the rest of society. And if we cannot make a difference to the rest of that society, then all of that profit, all of the international students I recruit, they mean nothing if we cannot affect the society around us. We are all expected to make magic happen. And guess what? We cannot make magic happen. We're just lucky that we shift some of the factors from time to time and they work. And I know that for many of you, they create profit for your organizations, but much of the profit that they create for your organizations create nightmares.
What do you think we should be looking for next year as businessmen and women in terms of sustainability of our businesses?
Now, ahead of next year's elections, we are already seeing a slowdown in investment. Perhaps a more dramatic result is heightened outflow of capital, and we're being told to expect more. We have seen a reversal in foreign reserve accretion and probably a faster depletion in reserve in the last 3 months than we have seen in almost a year.
CEOs in the world think regulatory risk is number one risk according to PwC's service. So how do you respond to the questions on ground in terms of regulatory risk and then advocacy so that we don't get caught now and often?
Thank you. I agree with you, Chairman, that regulatory risk is very high on the list of risks that investors look at before they go into markets. I want to say also that investors know that they will have to deal with regulators when they enter markets. And believe it or not, smart investors research extensively into the regulators that exist in a market and the trend of behavior that they can expect from those regulators.
What are the risks in Nigeria? How it impacts business, how it impacts everything. The risk about inconsistent government policies, the risk about the fact that we don't even have a corporate goal of where we want to take the country, the risk of market fundamentalism, the risk of a monocultural economy, the risk of the level of quality of leadership. And all of this, you can wrap it up in say the risk of good governance.
Nothing less, lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions.
Risk awards and summit can make a very, very important contribution, because when people know that there are awards, it's like a competition, so people try to do well. People try to do well so that they can win an award. People know that you will not win the award if you are not doing well. So the more people who want to do well so as to win the award, the better the situation becomes.
I think the awards are amazing. They're a way of signaling to people who have been working hard in this field and to make a difference in the environment, that their work matters.
I'm happy to be recognized for the little we've been able to do in terms of risk management, especially in healthcare in Ondo State. And I feel good to be recognized.
Totally ecstatic and so humbled. This has to be one of the biggest validation of what we do. You know, it just shows that, you know, somebody is watching somewhere. Somebody's watching somewhere, and you know, people are appreciative of the work that you put into, you know, details that ordinarily would not be seen, you know, except somebody looks closely and is concerned about those details.
And this is a wonderful award. This is very good for us, even as an agency. I want to say that we're very grateful for the organizers of this award. We look at this as a reward for, you know, service excellence that we have delivered over time. And this is an award that will also spur us to do better.
I'm excited because Forte Oil as a group, we started our journey, our transformation journey in late 2011 and early 2012. And one of the cardinal points of focus was to put in a very robust risk management framework. And this award is just to resonate that all the efforts across the year, from the board to the management to staff, is actually being acknowledged and appreciated. So I'm so excited about it.
Oh, for us, we feel very elated. We feel very appreciated for all the efforts made, resources put into building a world-class risk management framework.
I'm very, very happy. I'm actually elated because it is a validation of the work of a number of people. This is a combination of validation that what we've been doing right, and it has really spurred us to move to the next level. I mean, attending the summit has really given me more ideas on the next level of what we should be doing on our risk.
I am so excited. One, at least to show to ourselves or to the world that whatever effort we've been putting in so far all these years has not been a waste. It means no matter how that little thing we're doing, our little niche to affect our community, today is being seen in the entire world.
My organization, AERMP, we're very happy today because they rewarded hard work and success today.
The summit is to bring executives together to talk, to challenge them, to offer some options, to give them some ideas, and to see if they can be motivated by others. And that's what we did. So we believe that for you to be able to convince the judges that you've done something worthy, you need to show us something for about 1.5 years, consistently you've been doing. But also it gives other organizations opportunity to enter for the awards. Those people are thinking today, I would like to do it. They can start now, because the next one is 2020. And they can start putting in all their hard work so that they too can be celebrated.